Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks and welcome to another breaking news LEGO video. So just in a couple of days on July 1st, the brand new Bionicle 2021 Bricklink A Full Designer Program set will release, as well as several other sets like it. Now this is a round of 8 sets, but only 5 will actually be produced based on the 5 to sell out the first, and there are 5,000 produced of each set. I figured I'd make this video just to clarify a few things and questions people have had on the previous video, in which I discussed this topic at length and reminded people to begin pre-ordering on July 1st. First point of which is that the pre-orders will actually open at 8 a.m. Pacific time zone. So set your alarms, it probably will be selling out pretty fast. Technically they said you have a couple of weeks to buy it, but I can imagine that the sellout time will be a lot faster than that. So if you are interested in getting this set, there's only 5,000 being made, so I would jump on that pretty quickly. The other thing is that we do not actually know the price of the set whatsoever, and we will not know the price until 8 a.m. PST when pre-orders open on July 1st. For whatever reason, Bricklink has decided not to reveal the prices for each of the projects until the crowdfunding phase is open, which means that you kind of just have to estimate exactly how much it costs if you want to be ready to purchase it by that point. If I had to wager a guess, if this is going off of standard LEGO pricing, I'd say the set is probably going to hit at around $50 to $100. I know that's a pretty wide range, but I can't imagine it being below 50 or 60, but I also can't imagine it being above 100, and who knows if Bricklink will do any strange price tricks to make it either more expensive or cheaper, but I'd probably guess that it falls somewhere between that range just so you can be prepared. Now, just a few other notes on this. You can put down money to pre-order all of the 8 projects, which I looked at in the other video linked below. But again, since only 5 are going to be made, you will not be charged if the project that you purchased is not made. So let's say, for example, I want to purchase all 8 of them and I set pre-orders for all 8 of the sets. Only 5 of them, of course, will be made, so I will only be charged for 5, which of course makes sense because they're not going to charge you something for nothing. And so a few other notes beyond that, these sets are actually official LEGO sets. They are actually made with brand new LEGO pieces because LEGO now owns Bricklink. They did a similar Bricklink A Full Designer Program all the way back in 2019, which were also official sets. It was a partnership between the two companies. However, the big difference between these and those sets were that those actually came with physical instruction manuals. These Bricklink A Full Designer Program sets, for whatever reason, will not come with physical instruction manuals and will only have digital instructions, which actually I think is a pretty good thing, because then that means that the digital instructions can probably be found online for people who want to just purchase the parts for the sets themselves. One of the biggest problems with bricklinking the prior A Full Designer Program sets is that all of the instructions were only physical. And so if you want to build the models yourself, you literally have to go and hunt down a second-hand copy of the set or buy it from someone else new if you didn't buy it during that time period, because the instruction manuals are physical. But here, since they're online, that probably means that at least some form of them will show up online for free download, and that means that people who missed out on pre-ordering certain sets will be able to get them. Now there is of course one caveat. LEGO is producing, either LEGO or Bricklink, it's not 100% clear, but one of the two parties is producing custom stickers for these sets. And so if you want to get the set with these custom stickers, you probably will have to actually pre-order the set itself, because I can't imagine LEGO offering replacements for these stickers for the Bricklink A Full Designer Program. But that is another thing that is a lot more special than the previous A Full Designer Program sets. Those only pulled from LEGO's existing part catalog, and besides a special printed anniversary brick, none of them actually had any unique pieces, even any unique stickers, unique prints, or whatsoever. Here, we're at least getting stickers that are custom made for these sets, which definitely is a necessity for the Bionicle one in particular. A few other notes to make is that if you pre-order the set, you are guaranteed to get the set as long as you're among the first 5,000 people to order it. Presumably, the orders will close as soon as it reaches this limit. The other thing is that while you are pre-ordering this on July 1st, the first round of production will not actually begin until around October, and Bricklink claims these sets will not ship until November or even December, which means that these will probably arrive sometime in 2022, if not late December itself. If the 2019 A Full Designer Program is anything to go by, that took almost a year to get to me, and so I'm not expecting it to happen relatively quickly, but just don't worry, it will be coming to you eventually. Another point is that the maximum number of the same item you can place a pre-order for is 5. So if you really wanted to, you could buy up to 5 of the Bionicle set. I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not so sure if I'm a big fan of how high this order limit is. In fact, I was kind of expecting it to be only 1, but it's not just 1 or 2, it's actually 5, which means that a ton of people are going to be buying 5 of these to resell, which means that a lot of people who are true fans or really wanted to just get the set, but maybe didn't get a chance to order it at a good time, might be missing out depending on how fast it sells out. If I were Bricklink, I'd probably have set the limit down to maybe 2 or 3. 5 is definitely a little excessive. For me personally, I'm probably going to buy 2 just to support the set and to have 1 sealed just set aside. I typically don't ever do this for LEGO sets, but I feel like this is special enough to get 2 for, but 5 is definitely a little excessive. And I'm certainly not looking forward to just how fast this is going to sell out. If a ton of people are going to be ordering 5 at a time, that will go by so quickly. Other than that, I think that sums up a lot of the most important details to know about the Bricklink A-Full Designer Program process. Obviously, this is just a bit of a quicker video to set a reminder. Again, 8 a.m. PST, this set comes out. Last thing is that I know a lot of people have also been asking about the LEGO Ideas Anniversary set. Now, if you remember all the way back last year, they had 2 rounds of voting for choosing a theme to be celebrated in 2022 for the anniversary set. Bionicle won the first poll, but in that first poll, all of the votes were split for different sub-themes for, say, castle and space. So it's a lot harder to see if Bionicle will win the second poll, and none of us will actually find out if Bionicle won that anniversary set until the set itself is revealed or inadvertently leaked in 2022. Now, just as an example of this, in the very first poll, it'd be almost like splitting Bionicle up into Toa, Taraga, Toa Inika, Toa Mari, Paraka, and so on. It really wasn't fair for Castle, which really only should have been represented by 1 voting group, which is why a lot of votes for Castle were split. So we're just gonna have to wait and see which theme won in the second round of voting when the set comes out next year. And again, that set is completely different from this. Once that set were to come out, I'd expect it to at least have a few new pieces, maybe if we're lucky a few new molds for whatever theme it's made for, and definitely be a lot more special and more wide release than this Bricklink A-Full Ideas program set, which is just made to resurrect old Ideas projects that never made it past completion, which I think is a great thing, and I really hope this continues. As for me, I certainly will be placing pre-orders for all 8 of the sets once they release at 8 a.m. on July 1st, just to make sure I manage to secure the 5 that are actually produced, and I wish all of the projects best of luck. The ones I'm really looking forward to are, of course, Bionicle, as well as the Castle in the Forest is a great homage to the classic Forest Men and Black Falcon sets, which I love. I really love LEGO Castle, as well as the Fishing Boat, which I think is a pretty unique subject for LEGO, and not one they've really tackled to that scale and detail before. Of course, all of the other projects are great too. You can see a list of them right here, and if you want to hear my in-depth thoughts on these projects, again, check out that video in the description below where I describe exactly what I think of all of them. But thank you so much for tuning into this video. That's all I have for today. I'll talk to you again very soon, and stay tuned to DuckBricks for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Thanks, and bye-bye for now.